We are diving deep into the normal, everyday conversations. What's really going on?
Yeah.
Like, what does it really mean? I think we spend too much time treating symptoms, right?
The disrespectful part is I set a clear boundary. Anytime my boundaries are broken, I'm going to feel disrespected.
When those feelings arise, that's when you know, oh, my ego's being impacted. My ego's being triggered in this moment.
Your home is for restoration and peace. Outside is for battle.
Yeah.
All right, so listen, in this episode, we're going to talk about this myth that communication is the key to a happy marriage, when actually we found that to not be so true. There's some underlining things that's going on that you may not be aware of, but don't worry, we're going to reveal it all in this episode.
Have you ever had an argument that started over something so simple? The dishes. A sock on the floor, who did or did not buy the milk. And then all of a sudden, like 30 minutes later, you find yourself having an argument about something that happened 3 years ago. Like, what happened? What was the shift? That's what we are digging into today. We're talking about those types of things and much more. Let's check in.
Yo, so this your man, Words Taylor, back for another episode of the Work Behind The Vows podcast. And I am here with my beautiful and lovely and smart and intelligent, flawlessly gorgeous.
You gonna do this every episode?
What?
I mean, you're setting the standard. I'm just saying, if you're gonna do this, this is what it's gonna be.
Miss Julanda Taylor. Okay.
Hello.
Okay. What up, man?
Yes, y'all, welcome to the Work Behind the Vows.
Mm-hmm.
Around here, we have real conversations about... No, it was so good. Yeah. I'm going to keep going. And I would like you to keep all of this in there because it was so good.
That's all good.
This is the Work Behind the Vows, where we have real conversations about daily choices and the healing work that goes into keeping marriages together.
For sure.
And yes, today is a good one. We're starting a real new series today.
I'm excited about this series.
I'm excited too.
I'm excited too. It's going to be a fun series.
And just so y'all know, that little mix up, I'm keeping all flubs in here. This is what we're doing. Blooper season, okay?
Sure.
So this is marriage under the microscope. Okay, and that's why I was like, nope, keep it in there. Okay, we're under a microscope during this series. Okay,
yes.
We are diving deep into the normal, everyday conversations and what's really going on.
Yeah.
Like, what does it really mean? What's happening behind those ordinary moments?
Yeah.
And so, with the first segment, we want to talk about what was that fight really about.
Right, for sure.
Right? So we have been married 17 years. If you've been here anytime, you know that, right?
Yeah.
We just hit 17 years. Whoop, 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 whoop. And so with that, even in 17 years, we don't have it all figured out. There are still what we call intense fellowships, right? We don't argue. It's all about language. We're Christians, and we understand that marriage it's always a fellowship, and sometimes it gets intense, right?
It gets a little intense.
So in our intense fellowships, we still have some of the most simple intense fellowships that last, and you will be surprised that those simple ones last longer than the big serious ones.
We've had some big ones where I'm like, oh man,
this might take us out.
How do we get through this? And that is like, that's like 2-3 hours.
Yeah.
But the simple ones that we're gonna talk about in here is like, that's the one.
How'd that last 2 weeks?
How we get here? So I'm excited.
That's what this episode is talking about. For real, is putting the microscope on those things and seeing what is truly happening.
What's truly happening.
We're going to talk about 3 of our, I guess, more recent intense fellowships.
Yeah,
one is not as recent, but simple ones, and how we kind of navigated through that. So I want to go first.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, because this one just kind of took me by surprise. Stuck me for real.
Yeah.
So my husband, in these years, has consistently placed his dirty clothing wherever. Okay, they
within the
confines of the house. I still find stuff in the laundry room on the floor or in the living room.
That's your kids.
Right. And he says my kids say, we're not even going to go. That's a whole nother podcast. That's a whole nother podcast.
So our kids don't put on my stuff?
Your shoes. They play with your shoes.
And socks.
Why
and
do
clothes,
they don't play with your clothes.
Brush.
Anyway.
My hats.
So I still, after 17 years of being together, I still find his stuff everywhere. I am the owner of the laundry. Okay? It's my job to do everybody's laundry. We have a basket in our bedroom next to his side of the bed. Okay? That's where the laundry hamper is. So anyway, fast forward through this. I seen some socks that were in our closet. They were clearly worn. Okay? I seen the socks, they were worn. I left them there. I seen them, I left them. I came back the next day. They were there again. And I was like, well, he's not gonna put these on again. Like, I'm just gonna take them and put them in the basket, okay? I'm gonna put them in the laundry basket. I'm gonna do the laundry today. We'll be good. My guy.
Well, hold on. Let me put this in here.
Just the facts.
That we had already had a conversation of like, hey, babe, I'm purposely putting those there because I'm gonna put them on in the morning to work out. Because after I work out, I'll shower, I put on clean socks. I only had these socks on for like an hour, okay? So I'll take them off, and then I'm like, I'm going to put those joints back on in the morning. Hey, just leave those there.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, we had that conversation.
We had already had that conversation. Okay, cool. So I just want to make sure to point out that.
I left them a day.
Talking about the facts.
And then the next day I went and picked them up because they were there again. And they're not, I mean, they were kind of semi-clean yesterday because you wore them for only like 5, 6. But now it's 2 days. So they're not the same level of clean. So I'm going to put them in the laundry now because I'm going to wash them. He texts me and says, babe, did you move my socks?
I ain't asked. I said, can you please? Let's deal with the facts.
Oh, so you're going to admit that you didn't even ask if I moved, or you just...
No.
You went right in.
Hey, babe, can you please not move those socks? I had them set aside because this is what I'm doing.
And I said, okay, but I got you. I said, but they were there for 2 days, so I just figured you weren't going to wear them again, so I went ahead and put them in the laundry. This thing, which should have been so simple, blew all the way up to I am disrespecting you by moving your socks.
Well, your response was, because that's not your
No. You said I was disrespecting you by moving the socks because you had made a request not to move the socks.
Correct.
Okay, so
I set a clear boundary.
You. Exactly.
Yes, clear boundary. Anytime my boundaries are broken, I'm going to feel disrespected.
Okay, so I was disrespecting him by putting his socks in the hamper.
For sure.
And
Hold on. Because this is good. This is a fact. But I want you all to see. Don't minimize it with I'm disrespecting you by putting your socks in the laundry.
Hamper.
No. That's not the disrespectful part. The disrespectful part is I set a clear boundary. And do not touch these. So you don't have to add, so you said I disrespect you by putting them in the laundry. No, by touching them, and I asked you not to. Just want to point that out.
So y'all hear the facts.
Okay, those are the facts.
So this very simple thing literally took us, what was it, about 6 days?
Yeah.
It was, if not more. We had to actually go to marriage. We had to do
4 weeks.
4 weeks of marriage counseling because of these socks. I know you sitting there scratching your head like, what? Socks? We gonna dig into the details
we'll dig
later.
into the
Let's go to the next one.
The next one is, so we have a running joke.
Yep.
Where if one is out, because back then, wifey was doing.
You didn't want me. Now I'm hot. You all on me.
She's doing. You were in a choir. The choir is like, I'm talking about, we're not getting paid, okay, for that.
Because you do it for the Lord.
Yeah. But they're doing 3-4 days. We got to have outfits and all that stuff. So she's doing that. She's doing plays. She's doing all of these things. And then, of course, I'm traveling. I'm doing stuff. So our running joke is like, babe, okay, what you up to? When we call and check in, none, just being a single parent. And it's like, girl, stop. You ain't being no single parent. Or, boy, stop. You ain't being no single parent. Okay, you got your kids for a couple hours. And so wifey's on a call for, maybe this call is like 2 hours. Okay. These kids, and our kids are younger then. So feeding them. I'm running around with the kids playing.
I'm on a committee call. Yeah. That was very frustrating. And it was intense. These are facts.
But we're not bringing that in yet.
Frustrating and it was intense.
So we get off the call and all of that stuff. And I come upstairs. All right. Wifey just finished up the call. And she's like, babe, what's going on? I said, no, I'm just being a single parent here. And she's like, I'm tired of hearing that. Like, I don't want that to be said anymore. And I was like, whoa. I'm like, hold on. First of all, you the one introduced the joke to the marriage. This is your joke that you in. I don't want to do it anymore. And I'm like, yo, first of all, okay, tone, all that stuff, but I'm cool with that. Just communicate that. I don't like the way you're communicating that now, but that's fine. And it turns into a whole little joint. I'm like, this is crazy. So there was a level of intensity that lasted a few days with that joint. And then later, we were actually doing a counseling session with another, another couple. I don't know if both of them on. And I said something to the young lady, and wifey in the midst of that was like, oh, babe, I owe you an apology.
We're just telling the facts.
I'm just telling the fact. I'm not going to tell.
That's extra.
But
that's extra. Let me also note that when I told my story, okay, he interjected on his correction. You notice I didn't interject on him. You notice I didn't even
because
know.
I'm saying facts.
Some of his facts are misconstrued. I still allowed them to ride because I allowed him to do his monologue.
I don't need you to let non-facts ride.
So
you did the apology, but then we started to learn.
That's that we got the facts.
We were learning what happened, and that's what we'll reveal here shortly.
So the last one that we are going to dive into, y'all can tell there was a reason why these got intense.
That's okay. I don't know why she want to talk about these. I'm feeling it all over again. My eye blinking.
So the last one was our son was going to have a medical procedure. Okay, he got to go under the knife, y'all, under anesthesia. Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, tension is high, right? That morning, as we are getting ready to go to this procedure, in the midst of me getting myself ready and trying to make sure that they're ready, I walk past the office and my husband is on the computer and he is working. And all I seen was black. And so I then... I don't even know. Like I know. Like I said, all I seen is.
So now you walking around frustrated.
I'm mad. Like now I'm getting me and the kids ready,
exactly,
and he's on the computer, and I'm like, it would have been helpful had you had yourself a part of this process.
And I want to say this is legit frustration. But as I told you, once we finally reconciled,
no. We're not telling that right
facts.
now. No.
Okay, so
after.
Okay, all right, cool. Cool.
Don't even.
So then let me skip to that part. So then how we get into the disagreement part is I now get off the computer and then I come immediately and I'm like, all right, babe. So, cause she was trying to do something else with our other son. And I'm like, all right, babe. So I'll take care of that. And the comment was, oh, now you want to help. And I said, yo, okay. See, I
forgot that comment.
I'm like, I don't like that. The little slick comments like that and stuff. Instead, just, if you got something to say it. But I'm like, hold on, babe. He's like, no, I'm just don't talk to me right now. I said, yo, babe, like, let's bring all that down. What we doing? And so now she's frustrated. So now we go to the
whole procedure.
Whole procedure. Frustrated, not talking, all that stuff.
My baby's under anesthesia, and I ain't even out here talking to him.
Yeah, so.
Okay. What we did learn from these three situations, and once we got to the reconciliation, was when you have situations like this happen, you have to start going into the situation. Like once you recognize that it's happening, you have to start going in like curious, asking yourself, okay, what's the problem? Or what was the trigger? Like what happened, right? And not always putting all of the emphasis on that other person and their behavior and what's happening, being more inquisitive and more curious about the situation.
Yeah,
so I think we spend too much time treating symptoms, right? He could very easily treat the symptom of, I put my socks here. Let's not, just pick up after yourself. Or the symptom of, I don't like that you said this thing. But typically, underlying, because the thing was small. The thing was simple.
All of them were simple.
All of them. Yeah, so typically underlying, there's something more.
Yeah, for sure.
There's something more. And so that's what we want to talk about today.
Yeah, that's what we're going to move into is like, so we're going to break down each one of those and talk about, all right, so what was the underlying thing? And listen, and if you already got it, so like if you're listening to this part, I would love, don't cheat. I would love for you to put, all right, the underlining thing here is this one, in each scenario, what do you think? 1, 2, 3. What do you think the underlining things were? All right, before we start to reveal them, what can you see? Oh no, that was because what he was really upset about is this, or what she was really frustrated about this. I would love to hear what y'all gonna say.
Yes. So let's go to commercial. We'll be right back.
Okay, so first of all, I appreciate you all watching the episode. Thank you so much. But I don't just want you to watch it. I want you to also subscribe. I want you to make sure that you're subscribing to the podcast and that you're in tune with everything that we're doing. That's why my wife and I prepared a training just for you so you can get access to it. It's our marriage golden ticket. Well, we're going to show you how to start to reconnect. All right. And just restore your marriage the way you want to. So you can start reconciling. So you can start to have more intimacy, more healthy communication, all of the above, right? The marriage golden ticket. Only thing you got to do is go ahead and visit theworkbehindthevows.com or use the link below in the description. And we got you. You're going to get all things the work behind the vows, all things, me and wifey, you're going to get it there. Let's get this work, y'all. Go back to the episode.
All right, and we are back after that word from our sponsors. Y'all like that? I really feel like I could be a TV host at some point or whatever.
This is where you're hosting a podcast.
Well, I get that. But anyway, so let's break down these arguments.
Yes.
Or these intense fellowships.
Yes.
So we'll start with the socks. So we've already gone over what the scenario was.
Yes.
What I thought about what was happening was, so ultimately, I'm like, my husband has always been messy, our entire relationship, right? Can you attest to that? Am I making stuff up? Because I met you where I couldn't see your floor and you had clothes everywhere and pizza boxes, and this was college. And while, yes, you've evolved, you've not ever been clean.
Let me process.
Tidy.
Let me process what you're saying. Hold on.
As you process, let me say this.
Let me process this.
So my daughter, the other day, we have a 14-year-old daughter, and I said, we're in the store, and she's like, Mom, as I'm telling her how I'm going to make her luggage for camp. And I said, it's going to look so nice. She said, yeah, it's not going to look like that when I get home. I said, I know because you're not like me. She said, no, I'm like Daddy.
No, she ain't say that.
Yes, she did.
That trifling mess.
She said, I am messy like Daddy. So even our kids are able to recognize the difference between the two.
I don't know.
But
I'm still processing through it.
So what were my thoughts during the situation? I'm truly thinking he's never been tidy. He's never picked up after himself, and he's not truly understanding.
You never in a lot.
Oh my gosh, babe. He's not truly understanding the impact that this, what's the word that I want to use? This, because it's not dirt, this chaos, this disorganization. He's not understanding the impact that is having on me.
For sure.
And me, since I am the owner of laundry, just pick this thing up and just wash it. Don't bring it to him. Because I don't know if we've said it in a podcast before. I learned early on, you can't bring a whole laundry list of issues. Then you become the wife that nags. So you pick your one headliner. And then, so that's the one I'm always addressing. But that may mean that I have 15 others that really, really, really get on my nerves. And I am just managing. So I was like, this is not a headliner. This is one that I'm just going to pick up and I'm going to move with it. So for me, that's what I was thinking. Like, this is him in his mess, and I'm going to just pick it up and I'm going to put it away, and I'm doing him a favor because now he'll have clean socks.
Right.
What were your thoughts?
So my thoughts, we kind of already went into it. My thoughts were, this was a form of control. Mm-hmm. So, and I didn't like that. Whether I'm more, I can be more open if there's a conversation of the conversation we eventually had. Like, babe, this is bringing a level of stress to me because now that's how you talk to me, because what I don't want to do is I don't want to disrupt your safety. I don't want to disrupt your peace. And I want to make sure to create an environment where you feel safe, you have peace, and you don't feel overwhelmed. So now when I'm hearing these things, now that is like, oh, okay, that's not how I want my wife to feel in our home.
Yeah.
But when that conversation is not had, and not saying that I can't honor that thing without the conversation, but in my flesh, when I hear this, I'm like, hold on. This you trying to control some stuff here. And I'm asking, like, I'm telling, like, this is mine. This is my side of the closet. Like, leave that alone. Why are you even over here? You know, why are you over here on this side of the closet? So for me, it felt one, like a level of control, wanting to control my side. And then two, I felt like I asked for this not to happen and then for it to happen anyway. Now we get in the realm of like, hold on, now that's disrespectful. I'm like we both are the same in when we create boundaries. It's like, yo, don't break my don't break my boundaries. We both get very much so assertive and things like that when we feel like our boundaries are broken.
Absolutely.
Because now it feels like that safety is being, messed with. It's like, oh, I need to go into protection mode.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
So when I hear, don't try to control me, what's being triggered?
Wait, with control?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what you mean. Like, explain.
The ego.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
That's instantly the ego.
Yeah, for sure.
The ego is the one who's like, she trying to control me.
Yeah, for
He's
sure.
trying to control me.
He
trying to make me, and for us now in hindsight,
Yeah.
which is 2020, you can look back and say, oh, so when I have those feelings, that's why you go in curious and you go in inquisitive, because when those feelings arise, that's when you know, oh, my ego's being impacted. My ego's being triggered in this moment. And it may not very well be, my ego is coloring the view of what I'm seeing.
Right, for
right?
sure.
It may not be that very thing, but my ego is making me see it in that manner.
Sure. It's our flesh. Like, so Galatians talks about, like, Paul is talking about, man, the flesh and the spirit are always at war with one another. They want two different things. The flesh wants the ego out. It wants to be in control. It wants to do all of these things. So we have to fight every day to live in the fruit of the spirit. We have to fight every day to be slow to speak, slow to anger, all of those things. And so in this moment, it's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You like, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so what solved it? I mean, I talked about, I told him kind of what was happening with me, the stress that the disorganization around the house was causing me and his impact on that and how I needed that to change. And then he talked to me about how that made him feel when I crossed his boundaries. We did 4 weeks of marriage counseling, which was amazing. And we came out like, okay, so we have a system. We have something in place. So now.
And setting a clear boundary. I think we talked about this on episodes in the past where the boundary was like, hey, babe, fine, I won't touch your socks. If I see him or whatever, I won't touch him. But I wash clothes on Thursdays.
Absolutely. That's what I was about to go into.
If they're still sitting here, then those things won't get washed.
Whatever clothes don't make it to the hamper.
So it's
by
like
Thursday, it won't be washed. So you'll see that next week.
So it's simple for me.
And how he tried to start getting around that though. He started putting it in the hamper in the laundry room where my kids' clothes go.
No. I only did that one
You've
time.
done it more than once.
Maybe
I just
twice.
took a sweatshirt out.
Maybe twice. Okay. because I had messed up I had just finished, I was really sweaty and all of that stuff. You had already just finished washing the clothes. And I'm like, dang, this sweaty sweatshirt being in our laundry is going to funk up our room. So let me just put this in the laundry room.
Now, what he don't know is my kids are not like me. So when they pull their clothes out and they see somebody else's clothes, they will leave those things
These Negroes
there.
throw it to, so only reason, so look, I would have got away with it if it wasn't for those pesky kids, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all if y'all can post, if y'all can tell me where that's from.
Oh my
I would have got
gosh.
away with it. It's like, y'all didn't have childhoods if you don't know where that's from. But anyway, go ahead. All right, that was something I was going to say. I was looking for it, but.
I thought you were going to text our sons and tell them to be quiet.
No, they're good. They're good. But there was as I was reading, I was doing this, looking at this training, and they were talking about how it is very hard to be at peace and reconcile within yourself when your environment.
Absolutely. You sent that to me.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes, that's what I'm saying.
And so that's what I was saying for you. Like, again, going back to when we first started dating and things, there was a level of system that you had that also brought you a level of peace. And when that's not there, I can see how when you don't have peace, or it's hard for you to reconcile with yourself and have peace when the environment is not giving that.
All the way back to me being 18. That's as early as I can remember,
Right.
where my desk was an indication of my mental health.
Right, for sure.
So if my desk was in order, I was good. I was happy. I was on top of the world. When I was depressed, anxious, out of whack, you look at my desk and it was complete chaos.
For sure.
Papers everywhere, clothes on it was all the things. I recognized that at 18.
Right.
And was like, okay, like I understand my space, has to be a certain way. Now, being an adult and having another person in your space makes it difficult to control that.
Right.
Because like you said, I can't control you, right? So I have had to alter that part of me, and it hasn't fully altered.
Right.
Like it hasn't completely gone away, but it definitely has gone through.
Yeah, because you be letting way more stuff. There be a little clutter. I'm like, hold on now.
I do, but also what is my mental like, right?
for
Like
sure.
when that's happening,
I'm in agreement. I'm
like, well, forget it all,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I'm in agreement.
But okay, let's move on to
The second?
Yep, and we're not gonna delve into like what we've already discussed. The thing about the single parenting comment, right? Yes, that was a joke that I created because that's what I did feel like. Like I'm out here married, but I'm spending a large portion of my time alone juggling all three of these kids. And I'm like, yo, actually at that point we only had two kids. But I'm like, yo, this is a lot. I ain't never signed up to be a single mother. And actually having one kid gave me a newfound respect for actual single mothers.
Oh, for
I was
sure.
like, oh my God, how do y'all do this?
I agree with the same thing.
Yeah.
But I'm also out at a point, I'm building a business. I'm being on stages. I'm like, all of those things. So.
Any woman or man who is married to an entrepreneur who is the head of the business and does all the things, they will feel my pain.
No, for sure.
It's a woman or man. It's not gender. Like there are men who are at home while the wife is the head.
For sure.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot to juggle. It is a lot to handle. So I got my friends and, they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, girl, I'm out here being a single parent. Like, that's what I'm doing. I am fighting for my life out here with these kids. They are tearing me down, right? So he would come home and I'm like, yeah, just out here being a single parent while you hitting stages and podcasts and you having all the fun, right? Let me go talk to somebody. Now I don't want to. Not for real.
For sure. Because let me tell you all something. Let me say this. Let me interject this. Because when I'm out, you all ask me, did you bring wifey with me?
No.
And if I say no, know that any time that you see me outside, I have asked my wife to come. I have said, hey, babe, are you trying to go? Is this factual?
Yes. So listen, I like talking. I'm a talker. But what I don't like is small talk.
For
you
sure.
listening to the podcast
you're gonna do
right
a lot
now,
you're gonna do a lot of that.
I don't like small talk. I like real talk. I like legit conversations, and don't talk to me about a bunch of business. I will listen and I will talk about it, but that bores me. I like life. I like politics. I like health.
Yeah,
I like fitness. I like all of those things.
Yeah,
the things that you're like, these are taboo and we probably shouldn't talk about those. I like talking about those.
Yeah,
that's what I do. Those are real conversations. So when he's like, babe, you want to come? I don't want to be the smiling, waving wife and saying, yes. Oh,
but most of the time,
thank you.
Here's the thing though. Most of the time though, they're wanting to hear they actually want to talk to you. Like I remember this was in Florida one year that you came to Florida. I was speaking, of course I'm still going to highlight you and honor you and all of those things. And I came off the stage, I talked to a couple of people. I see baby has a line of women waiting to talk to her. And I was like, this is not small talk. They have real questions.
Right.
Like they want to know. And now she did not come out the room the next day.
Let me also say, I am not outgoing like him.
Yeah.
I am not an extrovert like him. So when I do tap in and I'm having these conversations with you, know that I'm now going to tap out for about 2-3 days because I just got to regain my peace.
Yes.
Like I like quiet. I will be solo.
Yeah. So now we're in this, the next day we're in this big house. We have some other entrepreneurs and stuff there, and they're like, "Where wifey at?" I'm like, "She's upstairs
In the bed.
Oh, what time is she coming down?
Never. I'm watching TV.
Right,
I'm binging my shows.
hey.
I'm eating my snacks.
You're not gonna
and I
see
am
her.
enjoying solitude.
Oh, and they're
Okay.
like, "Will we see her tomorrow?"
Probably not.
Probably, maybe think
3
2
days?
days. Think
3 days?
Think, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just-
So regardless, okay, I'm exhausted. But now he come home. He been home for about 5-10 minutes, right? And he with these kids. And his response to
I was
me
with them like
is-
2 hours.
His response to me is a single parent life.
It's a
after I'm on this
joke.
call. So I've been with these kids for about a week and you ain't been here. You got 2 hours and I'm on a call that's real intense, like a call
Yeah.
with a person who was really challenging
Yeah.
my spirit,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah, for sure.
And so I get off the call and he don't hit me with that. I'm not. I don't like
Yeah.
the joke no more. I'm over it because you
Yeah.
can't use my joke.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I feel like. You can't use my joke.
see
That's
this?
not for you.
You see
Okay?
this?
So I was just like, no, you can't do it. Now, what I did when I did apologize was because what happened is it wasn't the joke in and of itself that frustrated me.
Correct.
It was the fact that I was on that call. On that call, I was very composed and I was very professional and I still handled myself, with grace and dignity, but I was mad.
Right.
And I wanted to unleash the venom, okay? I wanted to give her everything that I had in my mouth. And I didn't. My representative did a great job holding herself together. But he comes with this comment, no. But he comes with this comment immediately after I just got through holding it together, and I unleashed it on him.
She gave me the venom.
Yeah.
And what came out, which I still, because I didn't know what it was at the time, so I still honor. I was like, babe, okay, cool. We could rock that. We can be done with the joke. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
And we're talking to another couple at the time. We had already reconciled, and I was telling the girl because she was frustrated at work. She's coming home and she's giving her husband the venom. I said, that's because all day what you are doing is you are suppressing your feelings instead of speaking up to those people. What you have to understand, your home is for restoration and peace. Outside is for battle.
Yeah.
When we come in our home, we can take off of our armor. All right. When we go out there, we putting on the armor. So what she was doing, what this girl was doing was had her armor off out there and would put it on and prepare for war with her husband. And I said, so you're giving him what you truly wanted to give them. And my wife was like, oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Hey, I need to apologize because on that call, I wanted to say so many things. I wanted to say so many things and I chose not to. But then as soon as you made your comment, I gave you the venom. Now, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing that I want you all to keep in mind. All right. You all may look at this as like, dang, you constantly disrespect me, all of those things. And yes, we're going to have a conversation like, yo, you don't have to approach it that way. But this also indicates to me that you feel very safe.
Yeah.
That environment where you were in, where you did not fully advocate or the way you want to, maybe there were some people that didn't make you feel safe, or maybe you felt like if I say something, I'm not gonna say it in a way that
you
will
about
be
to kick me out this organization.
Exactly.
I'm burning it down.
And so now you try to keep composed in that way, but you feel safe around me to advocate and express yourself because you know that I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna make it to that point.
Another revelation that came out of this conversation was, and this was in a space and a season of my life where I was being real intentional on changing and transforming the language that was coming out of my mouth. There are a lot of things. I've always been more on the pessimistic side. And so I would say a lot of pessimistic things or things that I didn't really want to come to fruition. Mm-hmm. And we know that the power of life and death is in the tongue.
For sure.
We know we're supposed to speak things that be not as though they are. And so the things that we speak have the potential to come forth, right? Yeah. So are we speaking life in our home and in our marriage? Yeah. Are we speaking death? So as I'm walking around talking about I'm a single parent, I'm speaking that into my space,
Absolutely.
right?
That's
so
good.
when he's like, but we always say this, I said, right, but I don't like it. It created this spirit of competition.
Yeah.
It created this spirit of disconnection.
Disconnect, for sure.
Right?
For sure.
And so there was a period of maybe a good 3 years where someone would be saying, I'm like, babe, don't say that. Like, I don't like that. And I would say it too. It's not as though I wouldn't, but I could always catch it when he says it, right?
Right, for sure.
And if he ain't catching it when I say it, then it looked like I'm being a hypocrite. No, I just didn't realize that I said it, right? So, but that was the thing, becoming intentional about what we are speaking into our home, into our life, into our kids. And it's like, okay,
crucial.
we need to speak life.
It's crucial.
We need to speak life. So that single parent, I haven't said it in a long time. I don't think we have either.
No, that's gone.
Definitely
That's done.
tried to get that out because it was like, nah, that's not. Because, man.
And I started doing something different where, so the lady because I'm like, you ain't about to keep giving me this venom. So the lady, she did something else. And again, I'm trying to help my wife. Because I could be very composed. It takes a lot for you to get me there. But once I'm there, I'm there. Quickly, I can go there if it has anything to do with my wife or my family. Like that's a boundary for me. I don't play with that boundary. However, I'm like, I could be cool, but they get on the call and I hear this lady saying some stuff out of her mouth. I hear wifey trying to be composed. She's I'm like, cause I'm coaching like, babe, just come on. You ain't always got to pop off. She says something and my wife looks at me and I said, go ahead, get her. Yo, listen, you know on Kevin Hart where his mama gave him permission to say one cuss word,
he said 15.
and he's like, my mama told me to tell you that's what you did. I'm thinking you gonna be like, at least just like, you know what? No, this is what it is. You go and let me tell you about. And I'm like, oh shoot, I unleashed the doggone dragon. So, but I was like, I didn't get the venom. So it is what it is.
Oh,
it
God.
is. Sorry to that woman.
Sorry to that woman. We're going to go to the second commercial. We'll be back with the last one.
Yo, what's going on, world? So first of all, I hope you all are enjoying the episode, but let me get a quick little break. I want to tell you all, as you all know, healing is a lifestyle. So we want to tell you real quick about Shackley. One of the things that we used to try to do is, y'all remember these? You remember these where you would try to fill up these and you have different bottles and you pick your Monday, your Tuesday, Wednesday. Well, we're done with that. With Shackley, all right, and my vitamins, look at this, prepackaged. And here's the dope part about Shackley. They're whole food vitamins, meaning they will actually spoil. Whereas you buy stuff off the shelf and it's filled with all type of metals and dyes and all of those things. Well, this is actually whole food, natural. And this is just for me. This is the vitalizer just for me. And guess what? We have this for each one of our kids as well. Our kids, prepackaged every day. Okay? Even has their name on it. So, boom, we rip it off. Another one comes out. Every single kid has one. Our entire family rocks with Shackley. It's rare that you're gonna even see me get sick. Not just for my vitamins, but because, I'm living a healthy lifestyle. And we want to help you all do the same thing. We put a link below just for you. Go ahead, check out our Shackley store. Also, we have things like, for y'all that are trying to get your protein in, Shackley got you. Okay? We do a 5-day protein reset. Our family is all about Shackley. And your family should be too. I mean, if you want to keep them healthy. Let's get back to the episode.
And we are back. Okay. The last conversation that we're talking about, the last intense fellowship, was the one where our son had the procedure.
Yeah.
So this particular intense fellowship, I think, has happened in several different seasons of our marriage in different iterations, right? So this time in particular, I was overwhelmed and I was frustrated because I was also stressed out because my son was going under the knife and I was not okay with it. Like I don't think that I had come fully to terms that I was not okay with it.
Right, for sure.
Because I knew it was for his health and I knew it was good for him, right? But I was still scared.
Mm-hmm.
So I had that. And that morning I'm getting myself ready And I'm trying to get my son who's having the procedure ready, and our other son, who's still little, not super little, but still little, needed something. I don't even remember what it was. But I remember thinking, I said to him, like, go to your father. Where is your father at?
Mm-hmm.
Like, in all of this, while I'm getting myself ready and trying to calm my own anxieties, and I'm trying to get the child ready who has to have the procedure because I know all the things that he needs to take, where is my other half at, right? And I look for him. Now, he got up early, so he was a part of things in the beginning. So I'm like, he's got to be somewhere. Like, I look for him, and he is sitting at the computer, and he is working. This is also in a season where he had been doing a lot of early morning calls.
Yeah, for sure.
So early morning calls, he's then not available to be a part of the family.
For sure.
So he's doing the early morning calls, and he's doing late night calls. And I'm like, yo, right now, in this day, this takes precedence.
Yeah.
Our child having this procedure.
For sure.
Why are you behind that computer when you're not even supposed to be there?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're supposed to be out here with me, manning this situation with me,
sure.
right? Like, not having me do it all by myself.
Yeah.
And I did not communicate that. I resorted back to one of my old behaviors of sarcasm.
Yeah.
Right? So he's like, okay, because he sees that I'm overwhelmed.
I see.
And I'm like,
Like,
I gotta do this with him. I'm about to do this. He said, it's cool. I got him. You do this. Oh, now you want to help.
Yeah.
Now you want to parent.
So it's a couple of things I want to point out in that. Most of the time, a lot of times when we're frustrated with our spouse or whatever, that doesn't mean our feelings aren't legit. I think those are, this is a legit frustration, especially if you don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
Right? This is a legit frustration. It's just a matter of communicating that. That's the first thing. Second thing I want to point out is, with me also, I am aware.
Yeah.
I'm aware of your behavior, nonverbals. So I see that. I finish up what I'm doing really quickly. And then I'm like, all right, let me jump in. And the sarcasm is what
triggered you.
What kind of triggered me. But also, in that, which I could have had a sarcastic response. I don't even think you remember. You had told me like a few days before or something like, yo, something with the insurance is not going to cover something.
Right.
And all
so we
this
can
stuff.
only get half of the procedure, not the full procedure.
Yeah, unless, so I was like, okay, well, I have to, because we have a account just for stuff like this. So I'm like, well, I need to get those funds. I need to put funds in there for that because obviously insurance is not going to cover that. So let me make sure these things are done. So we're not trying to figure it out when we get to that front desk. Yeah. And now we're like, oh, dang, babe. So I'm like, let me get up early. Let me go ahead and get this done. So this is not stressful on her. And we can just focus on our son that's getting this procedure and all of those things. So it wasn't even work this was the work, but it wasn't work on our business that I was doing. Right. And that later came out though.
Yeah. And so I think like in that incident, I mean, what did we learn, right? One, communication is key.
Yeah.
If I would have started out with, hey, babe,
I need your help.
I need your help. I'm extremely anxious and overwhelmed and emotional with this entire process. Yeah. And so I need you with me to hold my hand through this process because I can't do this alone.
You already know my response.
I need you with me to do that.
Yep.
And then even when I passed him in that office and he was on the computer, when my son was yelling for me to come help him, stepping in and saying, hey, babe, can you go help him, please? I can't do this right now.
Got you.
On the other side, though, it's simply communicating, hey, babe, I'm going to step in here and transfer this money so we don't have to do this at the desk. Yeah. Because that was another thing. So once I figured out when he said what he was doing, I was still mad. But I was just like, well, that's a good reason to be on the computer.
you had already, so here's the thing. There's sometimes, I'm a processor. So there's sometimes where she's going to present problems to me. Those problems that my wife is going to present, they don't leave my head until they're solved.
Right.
I'm constantly.
But he may be doing something else. So you don't think the problem is being addressed.
And then I'll come and then I'll be like, hey, babe, okay, so I got this thing solved now. Here's the solution I'm thinking about for this. And now you're able to see. And it's just, it's just constantly learning our styles. Like we're still learning one another.
He processes in his head, I process out loud.
For sure.
So I like to have conversations and talk through the thing. And like not talk through for you to solve it, but like that's so even for instance with my therapist, I prefer to have a therapist that we just talk through. Do not diagnose me while we're talking.
Right.
Don't let me talk through it and help me come to the conclusion
for sure.
that what it is.
Yeah.
I don't need you to fix it for me. I just need to talk through it to figure it out. I need to put all of the mess out of my head and clear it up.
Yeah.
And so we still are learning how to navigate those two different types of styles.
For sure.
But I think ultimately 3 very different conversations, right? That were turned into intense fellowships that were so simple and so small. In 17 years of marriage are still happening.
Sorry, it's still happening.
They're-
But here's the thing I want to also point out is that each one was reconciled individually.
Absolutely.
Each one afterward, we implemented new policy and procedures.
Yes.
So you can look at the first one with the laundry. Hey, I do it on Thursday. If it's not there, it won't get washed.
Yeah.
Cool, I got you. The second one, hey, let's just eliminate that altogether. That's not even a fun joke.
Let's be conscious
Cool.
of our communication.
The third one, hey, when we have an intense thing like this going where we're both stepping into a place of unawareness and like we don't know, let's have a conversation and a plan of how we want to navigate what you're doing, what I'm doing, and all those things so we can move forward.
Yeah.
Each one reconciled, each one new policy and procedure implemented.
Absolutely. That's what's important. I think that's the biggest thing that we wanted to have you all get from this conversation.
Yeah, for sure.
Is that those simple conversations are happening. Those simple disagreements are happening, right? And the simple one will be the one to take you out. So let's not just ignore the simple one, right? Let's get under and dig into, because the big one, everybody gets all hands on deck for the big one.
For sure.
Right? Everybody wants to be a part of that. Now let's talk
But
about
these
the socks
small
on the floor.
ones, the small ones, you don't see that it's triggering the ego. It's triggering
It's building up.
Unsafe or whatever it is. So it's not just the communication, it's what's under it that is truly happening that we have to start identifying.
And if they're not dealt with, then it looks like you are now going to be keeping score of like, this is just like you never, you always.
For sure.
And that's not what creates a healthy marriage. What creates a healthy marriage is healthy communication.
Absolutely.
Open communication and being willing to navigate even those small, intense, what's the word? The small, intense discomforts.
Yeah, for sure.
To get to some place where you are fully reconciled and healthy.
That's good. This is a great
So that's
episode.
been this episode.
That was a great episode. If you all want to dig in more with us on this particular topic or any topic, don't forget that we do have our Patreon that you can get access to. The link will be below, where we're having some amazing conversations there and digging into some stuff.
I do have one challenge for you this week. If you guys have one small or even big intense situation, instead of asking, why are you upset? Kind of ask them, help me understand what this means to you. Help me understand what's happening.
Oh, that's a good question. That's good.
Let's start getting inquisitive.
That's good.
We'll see y'all next time.